A hearty welcome to Rylin, the necromancer of dead topics. Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Ah. There, how about that? Is that better? Yay! I guess I didn't have to unplug that one after all. I'll be right back to plug it back in. Although it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't need the... I guess I don't need the... Hello! I don't even know what camera. Hi! It was plugged into that one, but I had failed to set it to Yeti, so it was trying to, I don't know, feed off something else. I don't know. But now my producer cam isn't working, but it doesn't matter, because we'll go straight to the hand cam in a minute. But welcome to Qyjari's Curious Crafts. I have spent all day rearranging my craft studio and trying to get all of the stuff plugged back in from our trip down in Florida. And my laptop has decided that it can only handle two cameras at a time. That's not a good thing for someone who regularly runs 3 cameras. So I am now in the market for a new streaming computer. So fortunately that does not affect D&D with the Banana Brothers, I hope, but it does affect our streaming crafts. It won't affect 3 Sheets One Shot either. So you know what? Let's just not worry about the producer cam. Drake is not able to join me tonight anyway. I've rearranged my schedule for Qyjari's Curious Crafts. It'll now be tentatively on Mondays and Thursdays. But I say tentatively because there might be weeks that I don't stream those shows. But I'll always let you know ahead of time so you can tune in and join the fun. Tonight I'm going to be working on the Rogue's Gallows. It used to be a terrain that I built inside a cavern with a large water feature and docks, and that location in the world of Amonrath has been uncovered and infiltrated by the law. So they needed to make an escape and build elsewhere. And I didn't like it, it was warping. So that's my excuse. So I am redesigning, rebuilding, refurbishing some of the old pieces and moving it to a jungle-like wetlands area, like a murky, jungly area where a lot of the ground is going to be wet, but not as deep as the other feature was. That is what caused the foam insulation to warp. So, with that being said, let's go to the top-down camera, which is a lot easier for you guys to see. I put extension cords on everything. Let's do this one. Oh, that's so much better. Look, there's me. Oh, and there's me frozen in that camera there. So let me just get rid of that. Bye-bye. I'll put World Anvil up there, and that'll be prettier. That's what I'll do. I'll move World Anvil to their special little spot up there. One of the sponsors for Nerdsmith. And also Die Hard Dice. So there we go. That's even better. That just fills that little gap in perfectly without a producer cam. Okay, so you can see here some of the pieces left over from the Rogue's Gallows. This is the 2-story, sort of the headquarters. I think I showed this to you guys before. It has the roof. Of course, I made this with cardboard. And the inside wood is just scrapbooking paper. And just wood popsicle sticks, or the little boards that I use. But most of it's just cardboard and that paper with some trim on it, some wood trim, and on the outside as well. Let's see, what's the better way to hold it for you guys to see? Oh, that's much better. I'll do it like that. So I have this second 2-story with the doors that open. And this is sort of like the kitchen area or storage. And then there's a set of stairs that go up to the, I guess it would be the quarters, like a bunkhouse. And then of course the master's quarters, the head assassin. I don't know, what do we call the head assassin? Something. And here's a little escape route here on the side in that little sliding invisible door there. So I wanted to keep this, obviously, so when I tore it all apart, which was fun to do. Can't get this back in. It was a lot of fun to do, but it was a huge disaster mess. I managed to save this basic piece from the trash. So I will probably chip away at some of this and use the base there, but it is heavily glued on there. I wanted to save the building at least. So we're saving that, and I was thinking we would put it up on sort of a hill, like the only hilly area in the on the terrain. And then I had these bridges that I made. I think I posted a how-to on these a year ago or more, and these are the just the Feywild bridges I put together, but I thought they'd be perfect for a jungly, murky area since they have some moss on there. These are just made with twigs from my backyard. You can probably see the back there of the twigs that I have just cut in half using not an X-Acto knife. I used a box cutter and split those in half. And then I just added some foliage on there to give it a little mossy, murky look. And I have 2 different sizes here. Then I found this bridge on clearance at a hobby store. I can't remember which craft store I found it at. It was in that section with the fairy gardens. And I guess one of the bridge railings had fallen off, and I just pulled the rest of them off. But it's just a nice little wood bridge that maybe we could use. It looks a little too new, though, for the area I'm thinking. It looks too pristine. We'd have to rough it up. So we may not use that one either. These are the planks left over from all those docks. I think I posted them on my Twitter page a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago. Maybe I'll repost them. But these were the docks that I had built for the Rogue's Gallows, and some of them had missing planks. You can see here I just used very fine dowel rods. These might even be chopsticks. I think oh, you know what? These were skewers. I think I used skewers. This was an old project, and like I said, it warped and it was really useless, so I wanted to refurbish it and use it for something else. So I pulled it all apart. I still have all these planks, and this one has a little step on it that I might use for something going up into a building or a location or a storehouse or a lookout tower or something. I also went ahead and got these. One of these belongs to this one. Belongs to the flail snail terrain, which we have not yet. Oh, thank you, Sal. Thank you so much. This belongs to the flail snail terrain, which we have not given away yet, but we are getting closer. It requires 100 YouTube subscribers, and we have 65. I think I had 4 last month, so that's awesome. But I just need 35 more of those, and we already made our 25 subs. I mean, I don't have 25 subs now, but I did at the time, so I'm calling that fair. And these were the trees that went to that flail snail terrain. This one does. Now, this one is one I did not put in the flail snail terrain, but I did make it separately, and maybe I'll use this one. This is a little mossy looking jungly tree for a wet area, so we might use that. But I did already, for those of you who tuned in for the dots, I've already made the dots, so we don't need to make those. And I've started carving out the path. Now, in the past, I have marked the road area that I wanted to use for like if I wanted roads and stuff to go around, I would mark it. But this time, I think what I want to do is cover the whole thing with these tiles. Let me turn this around toward the camera better so that you can see it. This is the tiles that I plan to use. They look like, I'm just going to make them look like road. I'll put some gravel and paint. I'll paint that and everything like I have in the past. But I want to do that because I think I'll want to make it most like it was a roadbed at one point, or a large clearing area, and then it just sort of overgrew, like maybe an old temple ruins. So that's why I want to make this flooring. So that's what we're going to do today. And easy peasy, I'm just going to get my tools out here. I use a flathead screwdriver, and Choku sent me some tools that I can use as well. This set here, I use these for the making the dots. These are some other tools, but this one right here is a really good one for using to carve that out. This one's not bad. And then for Christmas, if I have it out here, for Christmas last year, my mom actually got me some carving tools, but I don't know where I put them. I rearranged too much. I guess I rearranged too much. So I'm just going to start using this flathead screwdriver to make our squares. So it's just going to be an hour of crafting tonight, making the Rogues Gallows. I missed this. I missed just chatting with you guys and crafting, making some terrain. I don't even know where in Amon-Rath this is going to go. We had an awesome game Tuesday with the Banana Brothers. It was, you know what, there was no combat. It was all role-play backstories, and they did a fantastic job. I think they did a great job, you know, just as their DM. A lot of that was improv. Kudos to Tranquil and Drake and Arlindor and Anshoku for coming up with a lot of their backstory right there on the spot. We had fun coming up with names and locations for the map, and I have updated that map. So next Tuesday when we play again at 9 o'clock, you'll see the updated map, and you'll see the path that each of them took from their hometowns to get to Ravenscroft. It's getting ASMR, yeah. You do like it better than combat? I mean, you can get bogged down in a lot of combat details, and it can get a little boring, especially if you're not the one playing. So roleplay was a lot of fun, and I really, my hat's off to those guys for not just the improv, but the accents. I mean, I think even Anshoku tried a little bit of an accent on his, and he's a non-streamer, he's not a very, he's very quiet. I know him in real life, and he's just a very quiet gentleman. So he really kind of got into the swing of it, and I was just so proud of all of them. And like I said, those mentions of the locations in Amon-Rath made it to the map, and they'll make it into their backstories, which will be continued, and their journey from their hometowns to Ravenscroft will be featured in Tuesday's show. So I'm looking forward to that, seeing how that comes together. I gotta work on writing that this weekend based on Ryland's notes. Ryland took amazing notes. He sent me like this, I don't know, 6-page PDF of all the notes he took. It was great. Something I'm going to make based on those that episode and based on the notes and what Arlindor did is I loved the idea that Daros lives in a turned over old Moganja tree log. Like it's hollowed out and he lives there. So that is, I'm going to make that, I think. I'm going to make a terrain with homes. They'll be larger size because he's probably, I don't know if he's the runt of his herd. I don't know what we decided to call it. Family, clan, gang. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to make those toppled down tree logs as homes for the furbolgs in my world of Amon-Rath, where the Moganja trees grow. So that'll be a fun terrain. So that might be coming up on one of these Mondays or Thursdays. I started to change some of the information on the Twitch. You can see below, but I only got as far as the first the first panel, so be patient. I'll change that up too. Get my schedule arranged properly. I told Drake this earlier today also. Not that she's ever played. You'll play. You've got dice now. You have to play. We'll have to have you as a guest on the Banana Brothers. That would be fun. I promise this won't have any black lights cells, so you can stay for the whole stream. And it's only an hour long. I'm just going to do this for an hour. Figured you guys would get bored of me talking to myself for an hour, for more than an hour, so I figured an hour would be a good time. Just enough to get a little bit done on a project. I am continuing working on the pirate ship, and I will work on that Monday probably. See how the weekend goes. But I'm going to have 2 projects going, so you can tune in. I'm going to say I'll do one project. I won't switch projects midweek. In other words, I won't work on this on Mondays, just in case you can only tune in on a certain day or night. I don't want you to miss it. So right now I'm just making the squares. These are 1-inch squares. Like I said, it's been pre-dotted, so that's how I'm easily able to mark these out as the grid. Oh, it's hard to see on that camera, isn't it? Let me see if I can bring it up and show you what I've done so far, just in that little bit while we were talking. Oh, I really can't. There it is. If I tilt it, you can see it. That's what I've been working on. It's kind of boring looking at that. Let's do the big picture. I gotta get the producer cam working again. Hello. I got his wires in front of me. Hello. I gotta fix that too. It was hot down here up until today. We had our AC. We have AC in our basement, and it's been out for a couple weeks, and it has been hot down here. And it's surprising because it's kind of a subterranean. No, that's not a word. Hey, Autumn. Hi. It's 3 of the walls are underground, so you'd think being underground we'd be cooler, but no, it was like really hot down here. So I had the AC guy out today. It was a capacitor, and I asked him if it was a flux capacitor, and he said no, but if it was, it wouldn't take you back in time. So he got my reference, so I thought that was funny. He probably thought I was a crazy old lady. But it was the capacitor, and he washed out that unit and the other units, and now it is nice and cool down here. So that is awesome. I'm not going to go to the very edge. You probably can't see on the small camera, but on the big camera I'll show you. I'm not going to do this very edge because I think running any kind of glue, like clear glue, what I use for my water, my murkiness, when it gets too close to the edge, that's when it kind of bows. Like if I do any kind of water feature on a terrain piece, I want to try to keep it toward the center or in small little bits around the terrain, which is what this one's going to be. So I'm not going to do 1 inch on all the way around. And this piece is I think it's, I have my measuring mat. This one's 30 by 24. 24 by 30. So I'd say it's a nice, easily managed terrain size. Wow. And thank you for putting the Fahrenheit, because us Americans, we get so stupid about Celsius and Fahrenheit. My English son has to correct me all the time on their weather. Yeah, we get to play peekaboo through the wires. Peekaboo! I'll put it back on the hand in a minute, but it gets boring looking at this pink all the time. And like I said, the producer cam, my laptop is hosed. I need to get a new laptop or a streaming computer. Maybe I can sweet talk Crow into putting one together for me. We're low on fundage, so I did update my coffee for that purpose if anyone wants to do a coffee. But, it'll just take some time, and I can just deal with 2 cameras for now. It would just be nice to have it for when I have a producer. Hopefully Drake can produce a couple when he's not busy. I know he had to work later tonight. That was the other reason why he couldn't help. He was stuck at work. So that turned out okay. I miss him though. I miss his banter. I know you guys do too, because he was good at that. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome that you do that, Sel. Yeah, that's great. That's good math. Doing the math. Yes, it would be enable Drake to be. I just read back. You would be part of that stream if you became a banana sister? I don't know.
Cheeky.
Who's cheeky? Who just rated? Thank you, Chief. You are awesome. Hey, congrats on that new job. How did it go today? Tell us all about it. I saw your tweet and I read like the first line and then it flew past because I must have hit the refresh button or something. So tell us how it went. I hope it went great. You found a good career for yourself. I hear all my children upstairs. Clover and Del Mori went out for a walk right before the stream started, and Drake wasn't home from work, but now I can hear all three of them upstairs. So they're all home, and that makes a mama happy. Littlest, guess what she's doing? She is, this will kind of give away near where I live, but that's okay. It's a big area. She and her elementary school chorus, they are singing the national anthem for the Kennesaw State University women's volleyball game tonight. So that's where they are. They're on a field trip. And Del Mori said, why didn't we go see her sing? And I said, it's just the national anthem, and she sung it for the Braves, so I don't really need to watch a women's volleyball game. I just don't play sports balls. Mama Bear, thank you. It's a bear raid. Thank you. You got bit by a dog? Well, that's not good. It was okay. All right. Well, yeah, you gotta get some good insoles. Get some good insoles so your feet don't hurt you anymore. Because when your feet are happy, you're happy. You gotta keep your feet happy. Today is ASMR making the grid, but we'll do more of the Rogues Gallows. For those of you who just joined, this is just going to be an hour-long D&D terrain building. I am building, rebuilding, I should say, the Rogues Gallows. And it's going to be featured in a swampy area. Let me turn that back on the... See my studio? It's still a disaster. I don't know why I say I cleaned it today, because there's still crap everywhere. Let me go back to this table. There. See how boring it is? Look at that. It's just pink. But I am getting some of those squares. There, you can see the squares better on there. It'll look better later. Yeah, that's right. 2 bears came in. It was a bear raid. That's awesome. Now, thank you guys for joining me tonight. And tomorrow, it's going to be the return of 3 Sheets One Shot. 3 Sheets One Shot is where... I'm joined by my notorious co-host, Big O Joe, and we work on the story of Ammon Wrath, which is the story we're going to be running for D&D with the Banana Brothers, which premieres on the 15th. I'm so excited. We've been doing some, I keep calling them pre-streams, but they're pre-stream streams, so that makes no sense because I'm streaming the pre-stream anyway. For subs only, and next week is the last sub only pre-stream stream. Still doesn't make any sense. And then on the 15th is the premiere of D&D with the Banana Brothers. If you want to know more about what that's about, you see in the about section on the panels in Twitch there. 4 half-brothers are summoned to their father's side from 4 corners of Ammonrath, my homebrew world. They don't know why they've been summoned, but they all feel compelled to go. And they're going to meet with their father and help him save the world of Ammonrath from certain doom. Pre-campaign streams. Yes, that's it. Oh yeah, you did roll. Okay, bye, Mama Bear. Thank you so much for raiding with us tonight. That's awesome. Yes, you rolled low on that. Sorry about that. Yes, pre-campaign stream. That's what it is.
You've subscribed.
Oh!
Welcome to the Dragonkin
Thank
family.
you, Sel. You're awesome. That is so exciting. I love it. I love my subscribers. And now you can watch next Tuesday. We're gonna go into their first day on the road from their hometown to Ravenscroft and see what happens. And then by the time we start on the 15th, they'll all be ready to meet at the Green Goblin Inn in Ravenscroft and get directions from Luli, the little goblin, and then find their father, who lives just on the outskirts of Ravenscroft. The best part of this campaign, in my opinion, are the players. They have outperformed themselves, and one of them, Anshoku, is a brand new D&D player. I mean, he's never played. He's a brilliant man anyway, so he caught on very quickly. But he's never played D&D before, and he is just a very welcome addition to our D&D family. Two of my brothers, the Real Tranquil and Arlindor, have not only played for years, but have DM'd as well. So they're kind of old hats at it, and same with Drake, my son. He is an old hat at this. He knows everything. And his goblin is hysterical. Team Uragim, if you guys want to follow along. All the Banana Brothers have their own team. He doesn't sound like you. Oh. You ran out in the middle of the stream? Oh, this stream. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Uragim is the best. Yeah, Sel has already chosen her team. I think Rylan has picked a team. He calls it Team Coconut, but it's for Ukokna, and that's Anshoku's character. If you haven't guessed by now, Ukokna is Anshoku spelled backward. Thought that was pretty clever. But they did some funny voices. If you aren't a subscriber and you missed Tuesday's episode, it is available now on YouTube. So you can go watch D&D with the Banana Brothers Session Gamma, which was one of our pre-campaign streams. Hey, Yimer! Welcome! Welcome. We were just talking about our D&D campaign. I do want to mention that, as you can see by the scheduling, with Qyjari's Curious Crafts being tentative, I am going to start making D&D with the Banana Brothers my flagship show. Ship show? Flagship show? That sounds hysterical. Because it's just something that I've always wanted to do. Aside from the crafting, I love it, and I think that it's going to have a good base audience at the time slot that we have, and all the stuff that goes with it. So that's going to be my flagship show, and that's why Qyjari still sounds funny when I say it like that. It sounds like I'm saying something bad. So that's why I decided to make Qyjari's Curious Crafts more like just a little friendly crafting during the early evening hours for an hour, and then concentrate more on D&D with the Banana Brothers. Now, 3 Sheets 1 Shot will still be on Fridays with Joe. Will be bullet point. We make bullet points of the campaign that we're actually running for the Banana Brothers. And then I turn those bullet points into a full-fledged campaign. We have the first arc done. That'll take them from their beginning levels from 1 to about 8. And then after that, the second arc has about 1 chapter bullet pointed, and we'll continue with that this Friday. We took a break September and October. Joe had a work obligation, and I just didn't want to do it with anybody else, and I certainly didn't want to do it by myself. So, although I have to say that Twisted filled in for Joe one time, and he was awesome. So thanks Twisted for that. That was a fun episode. And I always had great audience participation, so I really appreciate all you guys too. Sorry I'm late to the party. Fashionably late, of course. Fashionably late. No worries. I just have about a half hour. This is kind of boring. That's why I switched the camera to the full room. You can see my D&D room. The funny thing for those just joining about the Banana Brothers, if you don't know this already, the fun thing with their storyline is that none of their intelligence is higher than 6. So they're kind of playing it right on par. Their role playing is perfect. Not Yimer. Hi, Yimer. Uragim. See, they both start with Y. Uragim has sort of a, I don't know, what kind of accent would you say that is? Sort of like a Northeast, like Jersey, New York type of accent. I don't know. With a squeak to it, because he's a goblin. It's hysterical regardless. And our Lindor, who's playing a Furbolg druid, is using Forrest Gump's accent. And I was crying Tuesday night listening to him tell his story about his pet squirrel Jenny. I thought that, yeah, it is a Stewie Griffin accent. You're right. I didn't think about that. I'll have to point that out to him. It's sort of like that Stewie Griffin from New Jersey. Where is that show? Supposedly, where is it? Quahog? But is it like Pennsylvania? I don't know. Somewhere kind of on the Northeast, or as Sel would say, second Chicago. Yeah, he does have another character that he plays with that same accent, so yeah. But it'll be fun. I guess I'll put it back on this so you go back and forth and see. I've gotten a little bit further on this, gotten more of that grid done. I'm just going to keep going. Like I said, this is going to be a sort of a murky, not swamp, because we just kind of did a swamp, but more like a jungle wetland. So there'll be a lot of water. Well, we did the flail snail. We didn't really do a swamp. We had swampy trees on it, but we didn't really do a swamp. I did do a small swamp on Dunsby's Distillery, which, by the way, might come into play on Tuesday when we go through Anchoku's character Ukokna's travels from his hometown of Mixbury to Ravenscroft. He has to pass right by Dunsby's Distillery, so maybe I will use that terrain on my terrain cam. Fortunately for D&D with the Banana Brothers, I only need 2 cameras. I just wish I had my producer cam working right now, but I guess plugging the mic into that adapter wasn't good for the mic. Wasn't working. We'll see. I'll try it again. I'll try it with the plugging something. It worked in Florida when we were there for our D&D game, but I don't know, something else messed up, so we couldn't really do that one very well. Ooh, pepperoni pizza sounds delicious. I don't know what I'm having for dinner. Crow said that they served lunch at some meeting today, so he said he's just having his shake for dinner. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Crow has been watching his weight over the last couple of years on a very strict diet, and he just has a shake twice a day and then like a chicken dinner at night. But when they serve lunch at work, he has to skip that. I'm gonna flip this around. He has to skip that meal at the end of the day and just have a shake. So I make 3 dinners a night sometimes, but his is easy. But I'm so proud of him because he's much healthier. He's lost 70 pounds. He's exercising. So good for him. And that got me on the kick too. And guess what, everybody? I have lost 10 pounds since the beginning of middle of August is when I started. So a month and a half, I've lost 10 pounds. And I've been walking 2 miles every morning. Power walking. Stuffed peppers sounds so good. Crow doesn't like peppers. It gives him like heartburn, but I love peppers. With sausage and Canadian bacon, right, Sal? Your Canadian bacon's probably different from what we call Canadian bacon anyway. But Del Mori and I have been going walking every morning since she's been here. 2 miles. In fact, I just took a minute off one of my miles. I was doing a mile in about 15 minutes. Well, 2 minutes actually. 15 minutes, and then I was doing a mile in 14 minutes, and now I can do it in 13 minutes, and that's just doing a power walk. You know, I walk along to the beat of the music. What's some of my music that I use? I use I Got a Feelin', you know, the Black Eyed Peas. So imagine walking along quickly in step, in beat to that song. TGIF by Katy Perry. Stuffing them with chili. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my mother-in-law can't have nightshade vegetables either. Like anything that grows in the dark. A lot of people don't understand what that means, but I get ya. I do have Critical Role's Your Turn to Roll on my playlist, but it's my cool down song. It's the last song that plays in the last couple minutes of my 30-minute workout. So it's my, because it has a slower BPM to it. Let's see, what's another one? I have You Don't Know You're Beautiful by One Direction. I have Club Can't Handle Me. I think that's by Florida. But hey, it makes me work. I have a Rihanna song on there, but now I can't think of which one it is. I could probably sing it, but you don't want to hear me sing. What's the other one? I think I have a Kelly Clarkson song on there. I can't think of it. I can't think of the names of any of my songs now. But they're all really fast beats per minute, so I literally, I can't run because it would just kill my knees and my bladder because I'm old. But I power walk, and that's really helped. So I can do about 2 miles in about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less. Thank you. You guys are so much fun. I love you. I saw a comment on Twitter today that said something about, do you say I love you to friends that are totally platonic? And I didn't respond to it because I don't respond to everything I see on Twitter. But I totally do. And I mean it when I say it. You can love somebody as a friend for sure. Aww, you know what? That's adorable. You should keep that picture forever. And then one day, you might change your mind, but you'll have it, and then you can get one just like it. Do you know, this will age me. Yeah, I mean it too, Chief. Definitely. Back in 1982, probably before any of you were born. It was a year before I graduated high school, so there you go. I'm old. I watched a very cheesy movie that I loved, and it was one of those guilty pleasures that at the time I wouldn't admit to anyone that I absolutely loved. But now, in retrospect, you know what? I loved it, and I'll own it. But it was called The Pirate Movie, and it was very cheesy. Chris Atkins was in it. Christopher Atkins. Christy McNichol was in it. Oh, neat. Okay. Oh, that's neat. Okay. The coloring is a bit different. Oh, neat. Okay, cool. But at the end of that movie, spoiler alert if you ever go look it up, they have a wedding, and the dress that Christy McNichol has on is the dress that I always envisioned that I would wear to my wedding. And at the time I was in a relationship with somebody else, and that was the dress that he and I were going to get married in. Of course, we were just, high school students talking about this. White and purple ombre would be gorgeous. Post it in Discord. I want to see it. And I see nothing wrong with having a dress for a wedding dress that is not white or beige. I say get married in any color you want. But it was the dress that she wore at the end of the pirate movie, and I always said one day and of course I didn't, because I kind of grew up and fell out of it. But just the other day when I was looking up pictures or clips or something to put on Twitter or Facebook for International Talk Like a Pirate Day, because of course I celebrate that on September 19th every year, I was looking for I ended up putting the two cellos guys doing Pirates of the Caribbean music, which is awesome. But I happened to stumble upon the pirate movie, a song called Happy Ending, which she has that dress on. And I just sat there and watched this cheesy video of her and Chris Atkins and the whole cast singing. It was based on Pirates of Penzance, loosely based on it. But it had cute music for the 80s, and I just loved it. Okay, great. I'll see it when I finish here. About 10 more minutes. But if you go look to YouTube and look up the pirate movie Happy Ending, you can see the dress I'm talking about. It's such a cheesy movie, but it brings back fond nostalgic memories. So that's a good thing. Oh, almost done with boxing all this in. You guys have made the time go by. Thank you. I missed that corner up there, but I'm running out of room, sort of, to do this. So I will just continue along this bottom row here. That one's kind of crooked. If you're wondering why I'm making individual boxes and not just drawing a line, because it helps giving each one a little more uniqueness to it, because sometimes I don't quite hit that line, sometimes I go in or out a little bit, so it makes each square not look like a real grid. It makes it look more like laid tiles, which is the effect I was looking for, as if this was a monastery floor or some large cathedral or something that ancient that crumbled to the ground, and then an old or swampy area, a jungle grew out from it and took over the floor, and we'll have cracks and crevices and water running around in it. So that's what I was going for, just a mishmash of old marble floor and jungle, sort of that ruins look. And anything can be fixed. If I miss a line, or if it just looks too straight or too crooked or goes completely off the thing, I'll just dig that out, and that'll be where part of the water goes. What is it? Let me make sure that I can type it. Where's it? It's the pirate movie. It's called the pirate movie. There.
We don't
There you
make
go.
mistakes. We just have happy accidents.
Oh, thanks, Chief. I'm reading back. I'm sorry. Rainick's here. Rainick. He's lurking. I should pay attention to chat. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go back and read. Let me just put it on the other screen so you can see me doing this. Count me as, yes, that's true. That's true. We all count you as family. So you saw the pirate movie? Yep, it is isn't it? It's just a cheesy dress, but I loved it. I was like 15 or 16. I thought it was just perfect. No, not the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just called The Pirate Movie. It was like 82 or 81 or 82 with Christy McNichol and Christopher Atkins. Yeah, the part where yeah. He's here, he's lurking. I think he's lurking. I show him in my moderator screen, but he's probably mad at me for calling him out. But hey, Renick. We only have about 10 more minutes to go. Eight more minutes. The clock looks like it stopped, but that's alright. I have to go pick Littlest up at 9:30 tonight when her bus gets back from the KSU women's volleyball game. See if she enjoyed that. She might get tall enough to play volleyball in college, so maybe she'll enjoy that sports ball game. Not a big sports ball person. Rannick is probably still watching old videos, old clips of his streams. He's trying to put together a best of video for his 1-year streaming anniversary coming up next Wednesday. So I suggested that one where Crow and I played, and he found a couple that are just hysterical. And we laughed all night. Now, remember that we've played for 20 years together, so we get each other, and it was a lot of fun. The one he posted to me that was he thought was the best was the last one, and I have to agree that was very funny when he got Crow to use a Valley Girl voice. I thought that was hysterical, because if everyone knows my husband, they know that he's very conservative in his goofiness, especially on a stream. He's never gonna appear on my stream. He won't even appear playing Dungeons and Dragons. I offered him to have a spot in the Banana Brothers, but he respectfully declined. Well, just any clips for the whole year that he was streaming. So old, new, whatever. I think he posted it on his Discord. So just go there, read what he suggested you give. But yeah, if you have clips and stuff, that'd be funny. Yeah, it was a funny little episode. We were playing D2. There were a bunch of D2 episodes that were funny that Crow and I were in with him. But unless he posts them to YouTube, we've only got clips to go by. So he's digging through all his old clips. Well, I guess if he records, like I record all my shows, so I have them on my computer. So anyway, okay, I am almost to the end here, and I am just gonna sign off in a minute and go feed my 3 out of 5 of my children. Maybe I'll find something to eat too. Go ahead and fix my pork. I want to remind everybody that on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 8, same time, same bat channel, Joe is joining me for we're back to doing 3 sheets 1 shot. I gotta set that up too. I gotta make sure I didn't screw that up with all this reset up. And then on Monday, I may or may not do Qyjari's Curious Crafts. Stay tuned. I will make sure to send out a tweet, and if you subscribe or if you follow me, you'll get the notification. If I do stream on Monday, I'll be working on the pirate ship, which you can kind of see. Well, here, I'll bring it over here. I'll be working on the pirate ship some more. Let me get the other camera. There we are. We've got a lot done on that, but there still needs we need some poles, some center mast poles, and some other stuff. I'll be doing this if I stream Monday. That's what I'll be working on. And then on Tuesday is the second pre-stream. No, second is the last pre-campaign stream. Thanks, Autumn. For D&D with the Banana Brothers. It is session Delta, and we are going to be getting each of them from their hometowns to Ravenscroft somehow, so it might be divided up into little vignettes, I would say, for each character. Hopefully it'll be as funny as last week and the weeks before. I don't see why it wouldn't be, so tune in. If you're a sub or a VIP, A VIP gets access if you're a patron. So if you're a patron, support me there and let me know your Twitch handle and I will give you VIP access. So you don't have to be both. You can just be a patron or a Twitch subscriber. And then that's kind of what's coming up. I guess we could raid somebody. Oh yeah, Sal, you gotta go check it out. Some of his old clips of D2 are really funny. I don't know who we should raid. We should raid, let's see, who's, Perception Studios?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, now you show up 3 minutes before I end. Thanks, Rainik. But I saw you lurking. We were talking about you looking for clips for your year. You're gonna put together like a video or something of all the clips that were funny throughout for your 1 year anniversary. So we were talking about some of our favorites, like the Destiny 2 ones that we all did together, which were really funny. All right, I've done my end stuff, so let's just raid Perception. Oh, they're offline. Okay, well now I can't find anybody. D&D, Scratic. Oh, Dire Bear. Of course, we have to do Dire Bear. We shall do that. Yeah, there was a lot of things people clipped from D2, but they were funny. They were really good. Look at me, I'm so organized. I got my keyboard right here, so I can just raid very easily. Grimoire Nier, hello! Just as I'm going offline, but hey, we can all raid Dire Bear and watch his D&D game tonight. Hey, Chief, good luck on day 2 of your new job. Hope that goes well for you. Sel, enjoy your peppers tonight. Rainik, take a break from searching through all your old clips to hug Professor and Lil Red for me. And everyone else have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow night for 3 Sheets 1 Shot. It returns with Joe at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Let's go to the thank you screen. Oh, it's just me. It's just the thing with thank you across the top of my face, so that's good. And let's raid. Let's raid Dire Bear. Raid. Dire Bear. Is it 1 word or 2 words? GM. 1 word. Okay. Perfect. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Love you.
Very muffled, but you heard the words, "We need to get back to back."